And I still don't have all the words for it, but then again, I don't think words were ever meant to fully explain it. My near-death experience didn't begin with fear. That surprises people. It began with relief. Sudden, complete relief, like setting down a suitcase you didn't even realize you'd been dragging your whole life. One moment I was somewhere, and the next I was thrust into the darkness of space. Not panic, not terror, relief, the kind that feels luxurious. Now here's the odd part. I couldn't remember who I was. No name, no age, no resume, no regrets. And you know what? I didn't miss any of it, not even a little. All around me was vastness. I sensed nebulae, distant structures, the quiet architecture of the universe. I wasn't seeing them the way we see things here, no eyeballs involved. I was feeling them. Everything existed as emotion. And the emotion was bliss, pure, unfiltered bliss. If you could bottle that feeling, every therapist on earth would be out of business. Then I realized I wasn't alone. A presence was there. Though approached isn't quite right. It didn't move toward me. It simply was, everywhere, all at once. No shape, no face, nothing you could point to and say, ah, yes, that's what God looks like. I perceived it emotionally, and what I perceived was everything, not someone, not something, more like a great us. And it spoke, not with words, but with understanding. The kind of understanding that lands in you fully formed, no translation required. I was told I was standing on the threshold of life, and that I had a choice. That stopped me cold. I was told how rare this was. Most people are swept into this space so suddenly, so forcefully, that there's no pause, no question, no option. But I had lingered just long enough to be asked, "Are you ready to be done?" Naturally, I had questions. What happens here? What happens if I stay? What happens if I go back? That's when they showed me the cycle. They explained that when we aren't living, we exist in stasis, immortal, incorporeal, resting outside of time. We are distinct, yet deeply intertwined. Not lonely little souls floating about, but strands in a vast energetic weave, a big us. We take turns being animated, living, struggling, loving, learning. Some spirits return sooner than others. Those who lived with care, intention, and connection are more readily reanimated. Others, those who caused great harm or destruction, aren't punished. They're rested, held back, given time, not punishment, perspective. I asked what would happen if I stayed in this bliss and didn't return. They said I could, but I'd be placed at the back of the line, a very long wait before another chance at life. I asked if I could return as someone else. That answer was simple. No. We don't choose who we return as, only whether we return. My body, my person, wasn't dead yet. That door was still open. So I asked the question that probably gets me the strangest looks when I tell this story. Why bother with life at all? Why not stay here forever? That's when they showed me something extraordinary. Across the universe were points of warmth. Planets glowing with sound, music, emotion, fires of existence, places where life was unfolding in countless forms. I understood immediately. Civilizations everywhere, stories everywhere. We, spirits, gather around these living worlds. We warm ourselves at their fires. Without life, there are no stories. Without struggle, there is no growth. Living is how the universe learns itself. And here's the part that still humbles me. Part of our responsibility, our sacred responsibility, is to live in a way that inspires other spirits to want to try, to want to struggle, to want to love. Cruelty delays reincarnation because it discourages the dance. Then the being asked me again, would I return or would I stay? I still couldn't remember who my earthly self was. But I felt her, and suddenly empathy flooded me. I realized how much pain she had carried, how rigid, judgmental, and controlling her spirit had been while inhabiting her. I hadn't helped her connect. I had pushed people away, and that realization broke my heart. I didn't want to leave her like that. I wanted another chance. The moment I decided, everything moved. We traveled through space, found the Milky Way, its arm, the solar system, Earth, but not as we know it. The being rotated the planet like a small sphere in my awareness. I watched continents shift, mountains rise and crumble, oceans appear and vanish. Time flowed beneath me. When the Pacific Ocean appeared in its familiar shape, I felt homesick. That's it, I knew. I followed the coast, the rivers, the Columbia, the Willamette, shapes instead of names. I found the hospital. I found her. She was being placed on a gurney. I ran and dove back into her body just as her head touched the bed.